What are my thoughts on Lupe Fiasco's Testuo and Youth? Yes! What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Cyberland coming back to with another Lupe Fiasco's album review. This time we are moving on to his 5th album. Testuo and Youth. Man, to this day, this is like, I think, nah, I'm not gonna do that right now, but man, I was so happy when I got this album. It was just, I remember it, the songs that got released for it, it didn't get a lot of promotion, but man, when this album came out, I just was like, oh, just loved it, top to bottom. Just loved this album. I just love this album. The lyrics were just so on point. The music was great. It just flowed. And I'm not talking bad about all the stuff that came before it. It's just, it just gave me this vibe. Like, man, it was so refreshing when I heard it. Because again, you know, for me, I can't do a lot of radio hip hop. I gotta do something that feeds my brain. I'm not into bullshit. I need something that's interesting, that makes me think. That's the type of person I am. I can't listen to music where I have to turn my brain off. I'm not built that way. And this album it was so nice that I got another album in the hip hop community where it was one of those. So this album was not supposed to come out. Atlantic, this was, I believe, the last album on Lupe's contract, and Atlantic was trying to screw him again. And they were like, we're not going to release the album. And just to be out of spite, was going to do everything they can to try to screw him over and keep him just stuck in limbo to where he couldn't go anywhere else. And what ended up happening was, I believe it's Anonymous, this hacker organization, and let's just put it this way, don't fuck with these guys, or guys and women, because I'm pretty sure it's both genders. Don't fuck with them. They're not to be played with. They're very serious. They don't play games. When they say they're going to do something, they do it. Well, they pretty much sent a cease and desist to Atlantic. I think it was a video or email, something of the sort, and they literally stated that if you do not give a release date for Lupe Fiasco's Testuo and Youth, we will just hack the company, we'll hack your system, and we'll distribute it online. How you want to go about it. Now, was Lupe involved with that situation? He said he wasn't. He heard about it. Knowing Lupe and how knowledgeable he is and how connected he is with a lot of different organizations, because keep in mind, this is the same guy that could have been starving when it came to releasing his music, and he wasn't. He was doing very well when Atlantic was on bullshit with lasers. I wouldn't put it past him that he may not have asked them to pull the trigger. However, he might have talked to a couple people that had the trigger pulled. because there was no reason for why this album should not have been released, except Atlantic was just trying to be an asshole. And Lupe was done with them at this point, and they were just trying to be spiteful. And lo and behold, the album got a release date and it got released. And I kid you not, Lupe didn't care one way or another. He was like, he didn't even say anything against it getting leaked online. And that's how to him, album sales was not affecting Lupe's career at all. And to him, I think he was just like, if it ends up online, the fans get to hear it, and that's all that matters. So the album got released. Picked it up. I think I had it a couple days before it got released. You know, I am able to acquire music from artists I love. I can get that like no problem. And man, when I heard Mural, I was like, what the hell? Just, man, it was almost like Lupe had so much stuff pent up that he had written down, and he was boom. And that's Mural. It's like a collection of art. It was an art piece. And then you just go through, you know, and then it has seasons. So there's spring, then summer, then, or no, I think it started with summer, fall, winter, then spring. I think it was fall, winter. No, I think it was summer. I forget. I think it was summer, fall, winter, spring. I think that's how the album, like the seasons. And every single track was great. Every single track on here was just magnificent. A matter of fact, there, you know, Madonna was amazing. Dots and Lines, Prisoner 1 and 2. I mean, there was just, it's just like amazing. It is a 5 out of 5 Yes Sir's album. I am, to this day, I am thoroughly impressed with what Lupe did on this album. I just loved it from top to bottom. And some people can like, oh, he fell off or he doesn't sell much. I'm like, man, fuck all that shit. You know, album sales is you know, that don't mean shit, because what's hot today is not hot tomorrow. It's the lasting appeal, and this album just had all of that. My top 5 tracks are Tron. Love that song. Blur My Hands, Deliver, Mural, and Chopper. And Chopper and Deliver. Man. If that ain't like hitting a hair for what's going on in the world, in this country, still irrelevant. Deliver is pretty much how, you know, with what's going on with the whole COVID thing and how people have stuff delivered to them as opposed to going to places. Well, Deliver is just like, what about places where people don't deliver anymore because people get shot, delivery person gets attacked, the environment is not too safe. What about that? Wonder, does that apply to current time too? Because this album came out way before COVID happened. So does it, you know, does that still apply? Pizza Man don't come around here no more. And then Chopper, that had, normally I don't always select songs that have a bunch of artists, but man, this song is so relevant to the Obama administration, to now. It is so relevant. Just every single artist on that track, it's just like just hit after hit, boom, boom. It's a long track, but every artist with what they're saying on that song is just, man, it hits on so many different levels with our society during that administration, the Trump administration, and the Biden, like those three, the Obama, Trump, and Biden, like that song hits on every single administration with what the administration was, how people felt, and the attitude of a lot of people during those administrations too. They're just like, man, it's one of, I feel Chopper and Mural were probably the greatest songs on this album, but they're not technically my favorite on this album. Just because the relevancy of what they're talking about. So, if you've never heard this album, get this album. How you get it is your business, but get this album. It is an amazing album. It is a great album, and I'm so glad that it got released when it did, and it's very special. It holds a great place in my heart. So. With that being said, let's cue the music.
Proceed to the next level. Coolest tulips, flowers fall from the towers. It goes from Galileo to Lalo. Ignorance is that the world isn't ours. But God, give them all showers to only find a fountain of youth in the mountain of power. To only find truth in a fountain, drowning in power. Surrounded by dollars. The moon surrounds us like spoons moving chowder. Cut. That's a misdirect to stir the soul to disaffect. Names don't last like Mr. X unless you gotta leave dropping bowling balls on the discotheque. With a disco ball hanging around your neck. Dance. It's a new year. Every time I open my hands, thoughts moving circles in the false universal. Yokozuna throwing salt in a circle. Sumo you up off your turf, boy. Tsunami you up off your surf, boy. Mighty star Medusa in the go. Though Versace turn words into turquoise. Medusa turn coke in the stone with a hand on the thigh. She looked me